There's been this stupid Discord in the past, I don't know, couple of weeks, let's say ever since Skoppergaban made his, reappearance or first appearance in LUFFY arc, which is alright. First, let me show you the video, and let's talk about it.
Me and the devil walking side by side. Me and the devil walking side.
Alright, so I think your first reaction is, this is just stupid, right? This is just stupid, and the problem is that some people actually believe that, and I'm not gonna get into the whole, first mate, right hand and all this stuff. I mean, first of all, let's just talk about something. Yes, some people be saying, but Yasup and Bimbikman Yasup was the first mate, or the first guy to join Red Hair Pirates, and now Bimbikman is the right hand. Alright, hear me out. Let's say it's not about who joined the captain first, and it's not about who's the strongest, okay? Because I know, so I mean, I'm not gonna even try to tell you to not like power scaling and stuff. I know whatever I'm gonna say will not change your mind, and if you like power scaling, there's not a single chance for you to change your mind and to just decide to not care about power scaling, even though Oda Sensei clearly does not give a fuck about power scaling, okay? Because he just does it whatever he wants. You can even see it in some arcs. He can do some stuff, and the other minute he do something else with the character that turns out to be super strong, or turns out to be subtly so weak. For example, Danger, right? Or Kiyomon, or these guys. It happens a lot. Just Oda changed it to whatever he wants, right? And if we're gonna talk about power scaling, and if you're gonna talk about the first hand, right hand, first mate, whatever, I myself consider or believe that Skoppergaban is actually the strongest character in LUFFY right now, okay? Excluding the whole emo crazy stuff, okay? Skoppergaban is the strongest character in LUFFY arc right now. Yes, including Luffy, Lucky, Shamrock, all these guys, alright? Even though Shamrock is not here anymore, is not in LUFFY, right? But I do believe that Skoppergaban is actually the strongest. But that doesn't necessarily mean that I believe that Skoppergaban was the right-hand man of Roger, right? And that's similar to the whole Sanji Zoro situation, right-hand man, right? I don't care, you can believe that Sanji is stronger than Zoro, even though I do believe that Zoro is clearly stronger, right? But yes, you can believe whatever you want when it comes to power scaling, okay? But you can't deny the fact that Zoro is considered as the right-hand man. And me making this video, I felt stupid, and I felt stupid, it is necessarily for me to make this video. I think it is stupid. I'm not gonna try to insult you. I mean, you can just think whatever you want, okay? You can think that Sanji or Zoro is the captain of the Straw Hats, okay? I don't care. But I'm just saying that just watch One Piece without considering these stuff, because I genuinely do not believe that Oda even considers these stuff as a serious stuff. Even when he does it with Skoppergaban or Sanji or these guys, he does it for the gag, right? Because if you check One Piece as its category and stuff, you can see it's adventure and comedy. So it's not drama, it's not power or strength or sci-fi or whatever. It is adventure and comedy. So whatever Oda does that makes you smile or whatever, it is for the comedy aspect of it, right? So whatever happens in One Piece, if it's not adventurous, it is for the comedy stuff, okay? Except the emo stuff, okay? Because yes, the story of One Piece is so deep, the story of One Piece is so crazy, and so much details and so much storytelling in it, but it is comedy, right? So One Piece is adventure and comedy. So just do not let the fact that Oda does these crazy stuff, or these stupid stuff, with Skoppergaban nearly dying and telling them that I was number 2 in Roger's Pirates. And even though I'm not talking about strength or power wise, because I do believe now at this moment, since Skoppergaban now he's I don't know, 10 years probably younger than Rayleigh, and Rayleigh is really getting old. I do believe that Skoppergaban at this moment, at this age, is stronger than Rayleigh. But do I believe that Prime Rayleigh versus Prime Skoppergaban, Prime Rayleigh defeats him? Yes, I do think Prime Rayleigh defeats Prime Skoppergaban, right? So that is not the case. I'm even I'm telling you guys, power scaling is not the case on who, or who's considered as the right-hand man. like whatever the captain decides, he is the right hand man. Yes, Luffy told Sanji that I cannot become the king of pirates without you, and Luffy cannot become the king of pirates without Nami, Usopp, Chopper, Robin, no, probably all these guys, right? Except probably, I don't know, I mean, all of them. All of these Straw Hats aren't necessarily for Luffy to become the king of the pirates, at least in Luffy's mind. Alright, at least in Luffy's mentality, he believes that he cannot become a king of the pirates without these, or like one of his friends, without even like Jinbei, Brook, Frankie, the rest of the guys, right? Because Luffy considers them as his friends, as his like best buddies. So he believes, you know, like the thing that Jinbei told them when Ace died, that you still got your friends and all. Luffy believes that he cannot let anybody leaves or dies in the Straw Hat Pirates because he made a promise for Ace and for Shanks at the beginning of the story that he will become the king of the pirates with 10 crewmates. Whether it's 10 including Luffy, 10 excluding Luffy, whatever, okay, but it's with 10 mates, with 10 crewmates who Luffy considers as his like loyal best friends, and there's not a single chance for Luffy like to sacrifice like one of them. And even I'm seeing like some people wanting Usopp to die in this arc for the sake of Oda making Imo a bigger deal. Bro, hear me out. Imo is already a big deal. You just don't have to kill Usopp to prove that, okay? I mean, even killing Usopp, I know some of you like don't care about Usopp and that is why you're saying that. But killing Usopp proves that Luffy is a piece of shit. Because Luffy promised himself, promised Jinbei, promised Ace, promised all these guys that he wouldn't let this happen ever again. And that is why he shit on all the whole plan on like going to Wano to defeat Kaido or whatever. The minute he heard about Sanji being kidnapped by Big Mom, which is another Yonko. And he immediately, without even thinking, he went straight to Whole Cake Island to defend and to rescue his brother, his like best friend, his crewmate. So don't tell me about the whole crap about Usopp dying or whatever, or Chopper, Brook, all these guys. They're not gonna die, okay? They're not gonna die. Even at the end of the story, I don't see any of these Straw Hats dying because this would make Luffy look stupid. And this would make Luffy look like a liar, look like a man of dishonor, if I'm gonna say this. I mean, I know it's exaggeration and all, but yes, Luffy promised to keep all his friends and promised like to defend them and to save them with whatever happens to them, even though if a Yonko kidnaps them, which is the case for Sanji, and that is why he told them that I cannot become the king of the pirates without you. And he would say the same with Usopp, Chopper, Frankie, Brook, all these guys, if the case like the same happened to them with Sanji and like Yonko kidnapping them, or like a stronger character like Blackbeard or whatever, okay? So that is the case. Sanji is not the right hand man of Luffy, Zoro is. Copacabana is not the right hand man of Roger, Rayleigh is, and that is it, okay? Yes, Luffy considers Sanji as much important as Zoro. Roger considers Copacabana as much important as Rayleigh. So let's just end this here. And I know some of you will be mad in the comments, and please just respect my opinion. I'm gonna respect yours. And like I said, believe me, I do not care about power scaling. Yes, it is fun to talk about it, but like, I don't take it that seriously because the writer himself does not care about it. He just does it for the gag. And remember, One Piece is adventure and comedy. So just let's just leave it there. Thank you guys for watching. Mwah. Remember, I do respect your opinion, okay?